At a small local bakery, a group of children eagerly waits for their share of treats from the shopkeeper. In the video, everyone seems to be receiving candy, except for one boy who stands a little further away, quietly waiting for his turn. Maybe he's shy, or maybe he sees something no one else does. You might not notice it at first, but in the beginning of the clip, the boy says something softly, something like, "Look it," as if pointing out something in front of him. He even gestures toward it, but the moment he does, something strange happens. The boy suddenly stops in his tracks, as though something invisible blocks his way. He remains frozen in place, and then, out of nowhere, his head snaps upward sharply. It's almost as if someone pushed him, or perhaps he collided with something unseen. In the comments section of the video, viewers speculate that an invisible force shoved the boy. But did that really happen? It's hard to say. The more you watch this clip, the harder it becomes to explain what's really going on. In a seemingly ordinary parking lot, a woman is spotted standing frozen in an unnervingly odd position. She's holding two bags, her legs awkwardly crossed, while everything around her, cars, people, continues moving as normal.
No, literally.
Wait.
What the fuck is
Babe, stop cussing. Wait, she's not moving at all.
That's what I'm saying. What is going on here? Is no one noticing this? Dog, is no one seeing this? What is going on? Look, even
that's crazy.
Could this be a glitch in the simulation, a bizarre medical condition, or maybe just an elaborate prank? Elsewhere, a passerby stumbles upon a bone-chilling sight. A group of people is desperately trying to restrain someone whose movements are anything but normal. The individual thrashes violently, their jerky, almost possessed-like actions sending shivers down everyone's spine. These siblings were singing Happy Birthday for a distant relative, but the moment they finished, something strange happened. Just as one of them said something that sounded like, "Mama," the mirror on the wall suddenly fell on its own. As it crashed, a faint, ghostly figure appeared in the mirror's reflection, making the incident even more terrifying. While this video could be edited, it feels eerily real, almost as if some supernatural force was present. What do you think? Could there be more to this than meets the eye? Sophia, known for her fun and quirky videos, left her followers unsettled a few years ago with a chilling post. She began noticing strange occurrences at home, like a music box playing on its own, and her sister spotting the shadow of a little girl. One day, while recording a video of the rain, something eerie appeared behind her. When she turned the camera towards herself, a tall, dark figure was staring right at her. Sophia was home alone at the time, and to this day, she hasn't been able to explain what happened. On February 7th, 2023, Nicole White shared a chilling piece of surveillance footage that still baffles her to this day. Nicole suspects that the mysterious events might be tied to her brother's eerie collection of ancient artifacts, statues, weapons, and other relics he's been holding onto. She's convinced they might be cursed or haunted. Living under the same roof, she feels certain those artifacts have something to do with what the camera captured. Here's what happened. Nicole and her brother were setting up a surveillance camera inside their home when something truly unsettling unfolded right before their eyes. As Nicole watched the footage, her heart sank. Over her brother's shoulder, an eerie figure with goat-like features appeared, just for a moment, before vanishing into thin air. Now, whether it was a literal goat or something even more sinister is anyone's guess. But one thing is undeniable, there was something unnatural about that presence. Nicole claims that if you focus closely, you'll notice the sharp horns and claw-like fingers of the figure. This led her to believe it could be connected to the infamous Goatman, a creature said to be part human, part goat, and entirely terrifying. But is Nicole's interpretation right, or is there another explanation for this haunting sight? Let us know what you think about this eerie encounter. In a horrifying clip from Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, a shopkeeper captured something truly unsettling on his security camera. The incident occurred late at night when a woman entered the shop, but there was something very strange about her. According to the uploader, the woman's hand appeared unnaturally long, her voice shifted eerily at one point, and her face, well, it didn't look normal at all.
ولا حاجة كيف حالك؟ حوامك
من مات عليك؟
ها؟
من مات عليك؟
ولا واحد حوامك
أشيل غلط
ما بشيل أنا عاد النزول يا والله ما طيب
قال علي
طيب
The first thing that grabs your attention is her skin. Pale and lifeless, it looked more like the skin of someone gravely ill, or worse, deceased. Some viewers in the comments claimed this was the work of a demonic entity, disguising itself as a human. The video's caption even goes as far as to suggest that where her feet should have been, there were hooves resembling those of an animal. It's hard to say for sure, especially with the poor video quality, but her sudden voice change and bizarre repeated questions, like "Who has died?" make the encounter all the more terrifying. What do you think? Could this truly be something supernatural, or is there a logical explanation? In our previous video, we discussed Shoaib Khan and the alleged presence of a jinn in his home. What started as nighttime disturbances has now escalated into events happening in broad daylight, leaving Shoaib in constant fear.
Ya Allah khair margor zamane di video matlab da de kana چې تاسو ماته نمبر راځین کې کو څوک مولا له معلومي سب خو مولا له معلومي ماته نمبر راځین کې یو مولا سره مې رابطه وکړ تاسو نمبر راځین کړو او چې هغه مې راوستو هغه د هر څه تو کتل کنه هغه وی بل څوک ولا راولا زه ول څوک راولا مې یار کو تاسو څوک معلومي نو ماته په کمنټس کې نمبر رولېږي صحیح ده مرګرو زمانه دی ویډیو دا مطلب دی چې زموږ د کور نه را پیریان لاړ شي یا الله خیر مرګرو روزانه زموږ د علی کورې ها کمرې را لراورانه کړې ده یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر وګوره مرګرو ها یا الله خیر 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 وګوره مرګرو ها یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر.
The captured activity was undeniably disturbing, but for a few days everything seemed to quiet down. However, just like the eerie calm before a storm, the intensity of these events was only about to increase.
السلام علیکم مرګرو دا په کچن کې ناسو مکنه او بارې الله غسته دی خطا سو ګوره یا الله خیر یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر وګوره هم مرګرو یا الله خیر یا الله خیر تاسو ته مو ویل نو ګورې کوټه پیریان دی خدا واړه دي دا وسه دی وګوره خپل تیر تیر آباد دی ها یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر وګوره ها یا الله خیر یا الله خیر قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير سوجي ركا سوجي يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير غوريها يا الله خير سوجي ركا يلا خير يلا خير استغفر الله الله أكبر يلا خير فوقي لك يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير.
The situation became unbearable for Shoaib, breaking him emotionally. Things took a darker turn when, in the next video, the alleged jinn finally revealed itself.
يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الهناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. يلا خير دوغور يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير دوغور خا يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير دوغور خا يلا خير قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الهناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير دوغور خا آخر دوغور خا يلا خير يلا خير يلا خير دوغور خا شپې 12 بجې دي بسم الله يلا خير.
Did you see it? As Shoaib stepped out of the room and darkness enveloped the space, someone, or something, peeked from behind the door, watching him. Now that this shadowy entity has made its presence known, the question remains, what does it plan to do next? Only time will tell. One evening, TikTok user Tana was preparing dinner when her daughter, Evelyn, started talking to someone unseen.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Evelyn. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
It seemed as though Evelyn was calling out to an uncle, but there was nothing in front of her, just a wall. Tana believes it might be her late brother, Tim, who could still be present with them in some way. Tim and Evelyn were incredibly close, so it's possible he came back to see her. While some dismiss it as Evelyn's memories playing tricks on her, Tana is convinced this was something more. This final video comes from Jalen Love, who has no explanation for what was captured in this footage. Jalen claims that only his two sisters, seen in the video, were in the house at the time. They had returned home around 10 p.m, and that's when the security camera in their living room recorded the incident. A few weeks prior, their house had been burglarized, prompting them to install security cameras. But what was caught this time wasn't a thief, it was something entirely different. A dark figure can be seen behind the door. What's unsettling is that there was no one there before the door opened. The figure stood completely still, as if trying to hide from the camera or partially conceal itself. This sight left Jalen and his sisters terrified. They claim to have heard strange noises from downstairs that night, which led them to check the camera footage, and that's when they noticed the eerie, shadowy figure.